My family never valued me. I left without a word and built an empire they can't touch. My name is Abigail Carter, and at 33, I own a chain of upscale restaurants across Chicago, places where the clink of wine glasses and soft jazz weave memories for strangers. Every morning, I wake to the hum of my apartment, brew a black coffee, and check emails, reservations, supplier notes, reviews glowing with praise. By 9, I'm at my flagship restaurant, Ember, a block from my home, walking the polished wood floors, greeting staff who've become family. To anyone watching, I'm a woman who's made it. Proud, steady, building an empire bite by bite. But my real family? They'd laugh at that picture. To them, I'm just Abigail, the one who serves tables, a shadow to my sister's shine. I grew up in a suburb outside Chicago, in a house with a sagging porch and too many memories. My parents, Harold and Margaret, are stubborn about status, what neighbors think, what titles mean. My sister, Cassandra, 37, is their pride. A lawyer climbing the ranks at a downtown firm. She's all sharp heels and sharper smiles. The kind of woman who lights up rooms and LinkedIn profiles. At family gatherings, relatives swarm her. Cassandra, another case one, or you must be drowning in offers. While I get nods, maybe still at that restaurant, Abigail? They don't know Ember's mine, that it's not one kitchen but 4, each a testament to sweat and dreams. They see a waitress, not a woman who turned a napkin sketch into a name Chicago loves. It wasn't always this way. As kids, Cassandra and I were equals, same toys, same bedtime stories. But somewhere along the line, her path, law school, corner office, became the family's gold standard. And mine, well, it didn't register. I don't wear suits or argue in courtrooms, so I'm invisible. My work low because it involves aprons, not briefcases. What they never ask about, never see, is the money I send home. $12,000 every year, wired quietly to cover their mortgage, their car repairs, the cable they watch without a thought. Margaret will call, voice tight, saying, "Cassandra's swamped. Can you help?" And I do. Not for thanks, but because I still believe family means something, even if they don't believe in me. The worst part isn't the silence, it's the judgment. At reunions, Harold brags about Cassandra's latest deal, while I'm the afterthought, the one who didn't stick with marketing. They don't know I left that $130,000 job to chase something real, something mine. They don't care that Ember's tables are booked weeks out, that critics call it a culinary gem. To them, I'm stuck, small, serving strangers for tips that don't exist. It stings, sure, but I've learned to carry it, to let my work speak where their words fail. Next week is Cassandra's promotion party, a big deal at her firm. They're holding it at Ember. Ironic, since they don't know it's my place. I got an invite, a curt email from Margaret. No warmth, just be there. I'm going, not to prove anything, but because a part of me still hopes. Hopes they'll look at me, really look, and see more than the daughter they've written off. As I lock up Ember for the night, the Chicago skyline glinting through the windows, I wonder if this time, just maybe, they'll understand who I've become. My mornings at Ember start early, but my mind lingers on the past, on days when I thought my family could still be whole. Growing up, Cassandra and I were close, 2 girls sharing secrets, splitting Halloween candy down the middle. Harold and Margaret treated us evenly, cheering at my science fairs as loud as Cassandra's debate wins. "You're both our stars," Mom would say, her hugs warm, impartial. I believed it then, believed family meant balance no matter where our paths led. But 6 years ago, that belief cracked, and the pieces haven't fit since. I was 27, fresh off a marketing degree, climbing the ladder at a Chicago ad firm. My salary hit $130,000, a number that felt like proof I'd made it. I loved the work, crafting campaigns, pitching to clients, the buzz of a well-placed billboard. It wasn't glamorous, but it was mine. Stable, a life I could lean into. Then my college friends, Mia and Leo, pitched a wild idea over beers. A high-end restaurant, a dream we'd scribbled on dorm napkins. "Abigail, you're the glue. Say yes," Mia urged. I laughed, said no, my job was too safe, my future too mapped out. But their words stuck, gnawing at me during late-night commutes. What if I could build something, not just sell someone else's ideas? I took the leap, quit marketing, and joined them. To learn the restaurant game, I worked as a server at a Michelin-starred spot downtown, not for cash, but to feel the pulse of the floor, the weight of a tray, the guest who tips with a smile. I didn't tell my family. They thought I was still in suits, crunching data, not balancing plates. Why hide it? I wasn't ashamed. I just knew they'd judge before they understood. 3 months in, my Uncle Greg killed that secrecy. He dined where I worked, saw me in a black apron, and snapped a photo. By night's end, Harold called, his voice ice. Get home. Now. I drove to their house, heart pounding, expecting a talk, not a trial. Cassandra was there, arms crossed, her law school smirk in place. Margaret hovered, anxious. Harold stood rigid, his phone glowing with Greg's message. Thought Abigail was big time. She's serving tables. What a letdown. I swallowed hard, explained, Mia, Leo, the restaurant plan, learning from the ground up. It's not failure, Dad. I'm building something. Cassandra scoffed. You had a real career. Why slum it? Margaret shook her head, voice sharp. Serving food? That's nothing to be proud of. Harold delivered the final blow, flat, unyielding. If you're not going back to marketing, don't come back here. We don't need a waitress for a daughter. I left, their words burning. Nothing, slum. Don't come back. I threw myself into the dream instead. Mia, Leo, and I opened Ember, pouring $600,000 into it, my $250,000, their shares plus a loan. We fought through lean months, but Ember bloomed. Packed tables, rave reviews, then 3 more locations. Chicago called us a culinary force, but my family? Silence. No calls, no questions, just assumptions I was scraping by. Still, I sent $12,000 a year, mortgage payments, their new fridge, because some stubborn part of me hoped they'd see me, not the apron they imagined. Now, Cassandra's promotion party looms, set at Ember by her firm's clueless choice. I'm going. Though Harold's email felt like a summons, not an invitation. As I arrive, the restaurant gleams, but my family's faces don't. Cassandra's smile is smug, her new title, partner, draped like a crown. Harold barely nods, Margaret's eyes skim past me, and relatives murmur, Still waitressing, Abigail? I grip my bag, the old hurt flaring. 6 years, $12,000, 4 restaurants, and I'm still the daughter they erase. I take my seat, bracing for what's next, knowing this night won't end quietly. The air in Ember's private dining room feels thick, like it's holding its breath. Cassandra's promotion party is in full swing. Clinking glasses, laughter from her firm's partners, and my family seated at the center table, glowing under the chandelier. I slip in quietly, dressed in a simple black sweater and jeans, not here to serve but to exist, to try one more time. The irony stings. They're celebrating in my restaurant, my home, and don't even know it. I take a corner seat, ignored as relatives orbit Cassandra, her silk dress catching the light, her laugh cutting through the chatter. Harold spots me first, his eyes narrowing. Abigail, you're here, he says, voice flat, like I'm an uninvited guest. Margaret glances over, then away, her lips tight. Cassandra, radiant as ever, doesn't acknowledge me, too busy charming a colleague. A cousin leans in, loud enough for me to hear. Still waitressing, huh? Tough gig. I clench my napkin, the old script playing out. Me, the failure, Cassandra, the star. I try to stay calm, but 6 years of silence, of $12,000 sent without thanks, bubble up. I stand, voice steady. Nice to see everyone. Congrats, Cassandra. Heads turn, but Harold cuts in, sharp. Sit down, Abigail. This isn't about you. Margaret adds, softer but colder. It's embarrassing, you working tables while Cassandra's made partner. My chest tightens, but I push back. Embarrassing? What about the $12,000 I send you every year? The mortgage, the repairs, does that shame you too? The table quiets, forks pausing mid-air. Harold's face hardens. You sent it because you wanted to. We never asked. Cassandra laughs, sharp, dismissive. Abigail, don't make a scene. Nobody cares about your tips. A relative chimes in. Yeah, get a real job like your sister. My hands shake, anger rising like a tide. I open my mouth, ready to spill it all. Ember, the chain, my life. But Harold stands, voice low, lethal. Having a daughter working as a waitress is a disgrace. We haven't had a daughter like you in years. Don't call us mom and dad. Margaret nods, eyes like stone. You're not ours, not like this. The room spins, their words a blade I've felt before, but never this deep. I want to scream, to make them see, but my throat locks. Then the door swings open and Eleanor Price walks in, Cassandra's boss, managing partner at the firm, and one of Ember's VIP regulars. She's poised, gray suit impeccable, her presence shifting the air. Cassandra jumps up, all smiles. Eleanor, welcome. But Eleanor's eyes find me, warm, familiar. She strides over, hand extended. Abigail Carter, owner of Ember. It's been too long. The room freezes. Cassandra's smile falters. Harold's jaw drops. Margaret's wineglass tilts, unnoticed. Relatives gape, whispers dying. Eleanor continues, oblivious to the shock. This place is magic, Abigail. 4 locations now? Chicago's lucky to have you. I take her hand, steady, my voice calm. Good to see you, Eleanor. Glad you're here. I don't look at my family. I don't need to. The truth lands like a thunderclap. No shouting required. Cassandra stammers. Owner? Harold sinks into his chair, silent. Margaret's face pales, her napkin twisting in her hands. A cousin mutters, Wait, she owns this? Eleanor raises a brow, sensing the tension, but says nothing, joining the table. I nod to a server, my staff, my team, and slip toward my office, heart pounding but light. They didn't know. Not Ember, not me, not the empire I built while they sneered. For years I carried their disdain, sent money to a family that erased me. Now, in one moment they see, I'm not their failure. I'm more than they ever imagined. I close the office door, the party's hum fading. My desk holds a photo. Mia, Leo, me, opening night, laughing. I breathe deep. No tears, just clarity. Their words can't touch me now. I'm not invisible anymore. Not to Eleanor, not to Chicago, not to myself. The hum of Cassandra's promotion party fades as I sit in my office. The weight of Eleanor's words, owner of Ember, still settling over the room like dust after a storm. My phone vibrates, but I ignore it, staring at the security feed on my laptop. My family at the center table, heads bowed, whispering furiously. I expect silence, maybe shame, but not what comes next. An hour later, as the party winds down, a server knocks. Abigail, they're asking for you at the register. I brace myself and step out, the air shifting as I approach. Cassandra's there, smile tight, flanked by Harold, Margaret, and a few cousins. Their eyes, once cold, now glint with something else. Greed, maybe, or desperation. Cassandra speaks first, voice syrupy. Abigail, that wine spill earlier? Total misunderstanding. We're so proud of you, really. A cousin jumps in, grinning. Ember's incredible. You're killing it. Harold clears his throat, his tone a forced warmth. About tonight's bill. Family shouldn't pay, right? Make it on the house. Margaret nods, clutching her purse. And maybe a VIP pass for dinners, to support you. I blink, stunned, then laugh, a sharp, free sound that echoes in the quiet dining room. They freeze, smiles faltering. Cassandra pushes on, undeterred. Come on, Abigail, we're kin. And honestly, a partnership could be smart. I'm a lawyer. Let me in on the profits. Help you grow. My laughter fades, replaced by a cold clarity. I lean on the register, voice steady. Are you serious? An hour ago, I was a disgrace. Not your daughter? Now you want free meals, passes, my business? After $12,000 a year, 6 years of silence, you think I owe you? Harold reddens, fists clenching. Watch your tone. We're family. I point to the monitor behind me, security footage looping. Family? I've got every word you said tonight. Waitress. Disgrace. All of it. Want me to email it to Eleanor? Let her see what her new partner's family thinks of success? Cassandra pales, stepping back. Margaret stammers. Abigail, don't... But I cut her off. No, I don't owe you a damn thing. Pay the bill, full price, and leave. They fumble for wallets, faces tight, and settle up. No discounts, no favors. They shuffle out, not one meeting my eyes. The door swings shut, and Ember feels lighter, like it's truly mine again. Weeks later, Harold texts, Your mom's birthday's next week. Come home. We all want you there. I stare at the words. No warmth, just expectation. I don't reply. Instead, I order a $2,500 watch, gold, elegant, something Margaret would flaunt, and have it delivered on her birthday with a note. I stopped being your daughter years ago. This is my last gift. Cherish it. Then I block their numbers, Cassandra's too, and every relative who might carry their voice. They try showing up at Ember's Lincoln Park location, asking servers if I'm around. I've told my team, I'm not here. Not hiding, just done. Cousins text, calling me heartless, ungrateful, but my friends, Mia, Leo, my staff, remind me I've built more than restaurants. I've built respect. I don't feel anger, not anymore, just a quiet peace, like setting down a load I carried too long. They wanted my money, my status, not me. I don't need their apologies to know my worth. Back at Ember, I walk the floor, checking tables, smiling at guests. The clatter of plates, the glow of candles. It's home, not theirs. I've spent years chasing a family that didn't see me. Now I'm done running. I'm Abigail Carter, not their disgrace, and that's enough. 4 months have passed since that night at Ember, when my family's masks fell, and I haven't heard from them since. No calls, no texts, no footsteps echoing in my restaurants. I thought the silence would ache, a void where their voices used to be, but it doesn't. It's light, like opening a window after years of stale air. My days hum with purpose, mornings tasting new dishes with my chefs, evenings watching guests laugh over plates I've crafted. Ember's 4 locations thrive: Lincoln Park, Wicker Park, River North, South Loop, each one a brick in the life I built without their approval. Cassandra's firm still books tables here, but she doesn't show. I hear she's climbing higher, partner to senior partner, her name in legal journals. Good for her. I don't wish her ill. I just don't wish for her anymore. Harold and Margaret tried coming to Ember once, asking a server, "Is Abigail around?" My team, loyal as family, said, "She's not here." I wasn't hiding, just done performing for people who only saw me when status glittered. Relatives text sometimes, calling me cold, saying blood should bend, not break. I delete them, no reply. Mia and Leo, my co-founders, my real anchors, laugh it off with me over wine. Their loss, Abby. Look at what you've got. One night, I slip into a cafe near my apartment, craving quiet. The place is cozy, worn bookshelves, mismatched mugs, and I order a cappuccino, foam dusted with cocoa. A sign above the counter catches me. Family is who sees you. I trace the words with my eyes, sipping slowly. For years, I thought family was Harold's stern nod, Margaret's fleeting hugs, Cassandra's shadow swallowing mine. I sent $12,000 to hold that idea together, believing love was duty, not choice. But family isn't blood. It's Mia's late-night brainstorming, Leo's bad puns, my staff's cheers when we hit 1 million in sales. It's anyone who looks at you and says, "You're enough." I think about you reading this, maybe feeling that same sting of being unseen. Was I wrong to walk away? Should I have gone to Margaret's birthday, sat at their table, let their apologies, if they even came, patch things up? I don't think so. But I want to hear you. Would you forgive, or would you choose yourself? Share it below, because your story, like mine, deserves space. If you've ever had to draw a line to protect your heart, I'm listening. I leave the cafe, Chicago's streets alive with spring. The skyline sparkles, Navy piers glow, the Willis Tower cutting the clouds. And I walk home, steps easy, no weight dragging me back. I'm not angry at Harold, Margaret, Cassandra, not anymore. They chose their measure of worth, suits, titles, things I'll never be. I chose mine. Plates that tell stories, rooms where strangers become friends, a life that's mine, not theirs. Ember's my home, not their old porch with its creaks and cold welcomes. My key turns in the lock, my apartment warm, a photo of opening night. Mia, Leo, me, grinning, lit by a lamp. I don't know if I'll ever see my family again, and I don't need to. I've got tables to set, dreams to chase, people who see me without me begging. I'm Abigail Carter, owner, dreamer, enough. And as I kick off my shoes, the city humming outside, I know one thing. I'm not running from them. I'm running toward me.